Broadcasting live from Los Angeles, California. This is Dos Hermanos RC Radio Show.
They're smoking, bro.
Oh, smoke's coming out?
Magic smoke's coming out.
Oh, yeah. Hey, you want to stop your car smoking?
What's happening? What's going on, LA? And of course, surrounding areas. I know we got people up in NorCal listening. We got people in San Diego. We got people all over the country. And welcome to Dos Hermanos RC Radio Show. What's up, bro? How are you doing today?
What's up? What's up? What's up? Good evening. Just hanging out here. Just had some dinner with the wifey.
Right. Wait a minute. Yeah. Did we coordinate on Kangos there or what?
I don't know. I think we did, man. Look at that. Great minds think alike.
Exactly. Ladies and gentlemen, today we got a great show. We're going to be talking about RTR versus kit builds and, of course, tires. As you know, we are Dos Hermanos RC. We just started this hobby back in late July, right?
Beginning of August.
And we found out with the RC world, the community, and we're meeting a lot of cool people. And that's why today we got Connor and we got Steve from Rock Pirate RC. What's going on, guys?
Hey, how's it going, guys? Hey, guys. Good to see you.
Yeah, likewise, man. Didn't quite recognize you without your hat.
Yeah, I was going to wear my cowboy hat, but I thought, we're inside, so people probably laugh at me.
Oh my goodness, we're super excited about this because this is our second show, and we talked about the RC community last week in regards to how cool you guys are because you are part of it. And I wanted to invite you to the show because we wanted to talk about Rock Pirate RC. I know that you guys specialize on sliders and other accessories, and we wanted to hear how you guys started off because that's what we want to know. We want to know about you guys because you guys give a lot of input to the community and give us a lot. We get to purchase stuff from you guys. And not only that, we also crawl together. And we met last weekend, I believe, at the basket. I was going to say basket.
Mira, what are you thinking about? You're thinking about food, huh? A basket of fries.
Basket of fries. Steve, who's there with you, man?
Got Steve here. We got Connor here. And, yeah, it was last weekend at Bracket we ran into you guys, and we just started crawling together and just sort of rapping, not that we're very good at rapping, but hey, we're rapping with you guys. And and that was just a great time. And you guys said, hey, you guys have this show going on and invite us to come along. So this is unrehearsed, so we're just sort of here following your lead, and whatever you guys want to talk about, we're in.
Yeah, definitely, man. That's why we wanted to invite you because we wanted to hear a little bit about how you guys got started. And of course, perhaps there's people that haven't heard about you guys and we want them to know about you and the items that you provide to us, rock crawlers that are looking for new items and stuff like that. I know you were talking about creating new material for the upcoming year. And of course, we want to hear about that. Right, Mike?
Right, exactly.
Can you tell us a little bit about how you started Rock Pirate RC? How'd you get involved in all this?
Well, first of all, we've been in RC for a long time, since I was a young lad, and I'm an old guy now. But my son Connor actually, we've got real Jeeps, full scale, and we do that for fun too. And then, yeah. So Connor said, "Hey, Dad, come check out these rock crawlers, RC," and rest is history. So yeah.
So how long have you been doing this, Connor, with your dad?
Just the RC crawling or RCs in general?
The RC crawling then, and the of course you guys. What else that you guys manufacture? What exactly?
So we started this. I started this not this last August, but the August before. So August of 2019. That's when I got into it, and then about a month later, I sucked him and the rest of the family into it. Me and him and my mom and my brother, we all have crawlers now, and I sucked a bunch of our friends into it too.
Wait, you said your mom has one too?
Yeah, she's got a crawler too. Yeah,
nice. Got the whole family involved, man. Yeah, my wife got one just because she wanted to spend some time with us, and she was like, you know what, it's better than being at home and wondering where you guys are at, being bored. And she's like, you know what? I get to enjoy hiking. And two, I was like, I get to enjoy what you like to do since you're always, doing what I like to do. So she goes, let me take an interest in what you're doing. And as you saw last time over here, Steve, she has that Bronco. And we're talking about it this weekend. And she was like, I need some upgrade parts so I can get over the rocks, maybe some little bit of weight. She was telling me, but she goes, but I'm not really all that into it. But yet she knows what she wants to do. She's looking at the honcho and she's like, okay, you want to add some weights. And so it's cool that it brings in the whole family together, which is awesome.
Right. Yeah, for sure.
Hey, Connor, so in 2019, man, what was that one turning point that you started, really focusing on what comes now that we all know as Rock Pirate RC? Don't answer. Tell us when we come back after the song here on Dos Hermanos RC Radio Show. Don't go away. We'll be right back. We are live. Here we go.
Broadcasting live from Los Angeles, California. This is Dos Hermanos RC Radio Show.
Yeah. Ladies and gentlemen, Dos Hermanos RC Radio Show. And my brother Mike is here with us. And today we have special guests, Steve and Connor from Rock Pirate RC. I guess they got knocked off or bumped out, but we'll get them back soon. So, Mike, what's going on, bro? We're going to be talking about RTR versus kit builds, and we're going to ask these guys that have been in the business for a very long time. And you say that RTRs are way better than kit builds, and I say that kit builds are a lot better because obviously you get a better feel for it, man. When you see your rig climbing up, like I have been doing it for the past 2 months, it's an amazing feeling, bro.
Oh man, you know what? The RTRs are awesome out of the box. It's a great starter kit. You know what? If you don't have the time to sit there and put all these bolts and screws and bearings in, it's a perfect kit. What I like about it, it does give you that option of, hey, you know what? Let me start building it from the ground up. Let me start taking the axles down. Let me start taking the sliders on and start making it your own. I think it's a great starter. Yes, you skip the main part, which is building it. But you know what? At the end of the day, I've put more parts into my TRX back here and love and passion and taking out new sliders and putting in new axles. And I would say it's, I've built it from the ground up. I've had already the blueprint for it. So I've upgraded the pieces that I want.
Right. I say definitely that your own kit, building your own kit's a lot better, bro, because you get that satisfaction of putting every single little nut and bolt. And it's just a totally amazing feeling. And while we get connected with Connor and Steve, which are back, while you guys were missing out on the action right now, guys, one of the topics that we're talking about before we get into you guys is that what is better, an RTR kit, an RTR or a kit that you build on your own? So right now, when we're done talking to you guys, I want your opinion, man, because to me, personally, I think building your own kit is way better than little RTR. You get your little box, you pop out your little truck. That's kind of weak, man. Anyways, we got Connor and Steve back, father and son, and they also have their family that's also a crawler squad. They all rock climb for sure in their real scale vehicles. But in 2019, Connor started this idea with his dad called Rock Pirate RC. Why'd you guys come up with this name, Rock Pirate RC?
So what had happened was we decided to do this business just to make our own parts and stuff. And we're sitting there, I think we're sitting here in the hobby room trying to think of names. And he's always
hobby room?
Yeah, this is what we're in right now. Yeah.
Oh, man. That is dope, man.
Yeah, so we were sitting here trying to think of names, and he's always been into pirates and stuff. And so we were just kind of like throwing names back and forth, and I can't remember if it was him or me. I always say it was me, but he always denies it. We came up with Rock Pirates RC, and we were both just like, yeah, that sounds sick. So we just came up with that, and it just kind of stuck, and we went with that.
Hey, Steve, so you celebrate National Pirate Day or what?
Yeah, I don't know if you guys see, but I got Jack right here. I'll show you Jack real quick. I don't know. Can you see Jack?
Oh. That is dope.
Yeah.
Oh, man, you know what? When I think about Steve and pirates now, I'll think about Jack Sparrow, but I'm also going to think about Dodgeball Steve. Steve the Pirate. I don't know if you guys ever seen Dodgeball, but that's what I think of when I think of, Steve the Pirate.
Yeah, well, we have eye patches. We were going to wear them during your show, but Connor told me I couldn't wear my eye patch.
Oh, you should have, man. That would have been awesome.
So in 2019, Rock Pirates RC is created, and then all of a sudden you guys started doing rock sliders. You guys make stands, of course, and now pretty soon you guys are going to going to introduce the servo trays. How'd you start this business?
Well, like I mentioned before, we like full scale cars too. So we fabricate stuff for hot rods. We build hot rods and stuff as a hobby. And once Connor dragged me into this, you get something you enjoy doing and you want to keep adding to it and customizing it. And so as we were playing with the RC cars, Connor and I were talking like, hey, we can make this, we can make that. And just got down, got the paper out and started drawing ideas up and bouncing things off each other, and came up with some designs that we thought, that we'd enjoy. And then we were like saying, hey, wait a minute, I think other people enjoy these too. And we started producing them and making them available.
What I like about your sliders is because I was looking at them either this morning or last night. I was looking at them. I love that you have the pirate sign at the end of the slider, which I think is very unique and very awesome. And I think that stands out from anybody else's out there, rock sliders. Everybody says, oh, rock sliders, where'd you get them from? So, but yours is very unique because now it's like, oh, I know who they are. Your particular emblem is very recognizable. So when I come around through your Instagram or through I see who has those rock sliders, and it's very unique. So it's pretty awesome. How'd you guys come up with that sign or that emblem to put on your RCs and on your products? How'd that come about?
Well, it all reflects back to, of course, the pirate theme, and when you're in the RC world, you're sort of a pirate in a way because, a lot of times we're out doing things where it's not really, it's not that it's illegal to be where you're at, but it's not always where you're supposed to. Once in a while we jump fences, we do what we got to do to get to access places we enjoy. So the pirate theme sort of fit in. And, but that logo, it was very hard to find somebody that can laser cut that logo that small inside of the slider.
No, dude, that's awesome. And it's crazy because I was telling my brother, because I didn't have the honcho out. I had the TRX this weekend. And I was telling my brother and my wife, I wanted to name my honcho because I painted it black. I wanted to name it the Black Pearl. So, so having, because I'm about to order your sliders, and having that along with the pirate sticker would make it, the Black Pearl. And I think it's very unique.
How does it feel when you guys see, because obviously, we look through everybody's Instagrams because we follow a lot of people. And how does it make you feel, Steve and Connor, that this idea that you guys had in 2019, all of a sudden you have people actually putting on your product and adding your logo on their doors, like the one that you have behind you? How does that feel, man?
Well, I remember one particular time, it was really funny. We were just getting started. And we ran into a couple of friends. They're friends of ours now. Rami, what's their Instagrams? You remember Rami and Jason's Instagrams?
RC Rock Therapy and I think RC Rami.
Yeah, RC Rami, RC Rock Therapy. We ran into them for the first time at Bracket about a year ago. And it was funny. We had our Rock Pirate logos on the side of our trucks. And we were just, we're nobodies. We still consider ourselves nobodies. And we got out, we got our trucks out, and those guys were like, hey, those Rock Pirate guys over there, and it was funny because we were like, oh yeah, it's us,
Right. How difficult is it for you guys to reach out to the community? That's one of the reasons that we started the Dos Hermanos RC radio shows, because like I was telling you off air while we're listening to music, is that I have this platform that I've had for about 10 years, and it's always been a musical. It's been with artists in the Spanish scene, so it's pretty big. Yeah. But I told my brother, man, I got to use my platform to let people know about this RC world, because first, there's a lot of people don't know it in our community, Latin community, I could say. And when they heard about that, what I was doing is, it's funny because they're like, oh, where can I get one of those vehicles? So there's an outreach of the Latin community that know about it, but don't really know about it. They think that the cool RC is the one that you buy at Toys R Us or at Walmart, and no, it's more than that. My goodness, and it shows with the vehicles that you guys are having displayed behind you, the ones I have in the back of my setup and my brother's setup. It's just a different world. So the question I wanted to ask is, how difficult is it for you guys to reach out to other people about your brand? Is it difficult, or is it pretty simple?
I think that's probably the hardest part about having an RC business. You can sit there and make the best quality parts all day long, every day of the year. But if you're not reaching people, then it doesn't matter, because no one's gonna see it. So the hardest part, because mostly what I do, he does most of the designing and stuff for all the parts.
Wow.
He does all of that for the most part, and I do mostly like social media stuff and stuff like that, and work on the website and stuff. So I would say that that's probably the hardest part is marketing, because with the RC community, it's not too hard. The RC community isn't huge, so it's kind of easier, I would say, to reach people. But at the same time, it's really not easy. You got to be on Instagram and Facebook a lot throughout the day. You could seriously make a full-time job out of it if you wanted to.
Right.
And it just out there promoting and making posts once or twice a day, promoting products. And it's just hard. You got to get products on as many platforms as you can. If you can get them on eBay or Amazon, you just gotta, it's not about how many products you make, it's about how many people you're reaching with your products. Yeah. So it is difficult. It's definitely the hardest part about having your own business, but once you start getting those numbers, like we broke 1,000 followers on Instagram
Awesome.
I think a month or two ago, which, I mean, to most people that's not much, but I mean, we hit 1,000, we were like, oh dang, we just hit 1,000.
Yeah.
So I mean, we still got a way more to go, but I mean, it's growing, I think, faster than we thought it would. So marketing's a pretty fun side of it, but it's also probably the hardest part. Yeah.
Is there a lot of competition for rock sliders and all the stuff that you guys make? Is there a lot of competition, or is it, there's
Connor, Steve, not answering that. Don't answer that. We're gonna come back up this song, so don't go away. This is Hermanos RC Radio Show. We'll be back.
Broadcasting live from Los Angeles, California. This is Dos Hermanos RC Radio Show.
Hey, what's up, guys? Welcome back to Dos Hermanos RC Radio Show. We're super excited today. It's our second show, and we have Connor and Steve from Rock Pirate RC, and we're super happy to have them today on our show. And really, guys, thank you for being here and sharing your stories. You guys started in 2019. You guys are experts on making rock sliders, stands, and then you guys have this servo tray coming up pretty soon, right?
Yeah. Did we have you guys had another question before we ended the last segment?
Oh, Mike,
the question was, is there a lot of competition for rock sliders and all the other stuff that you guys sell?
Right.
Or is it pretty much there's room to grow?
There's quite a few people that make rock sliders. A lot of them are made in China. So you can if you go on eBay, Amazon, you can find rock sliders relatively cheap, made in China, most of them. But everything we make is 100% made right here in Southern California, right in the USA. And, but there's other great companies out there that make sliders. I mean, IERC, they're here local. Those guys are awesome. They make great products. But, we got our own designs. We got our own, twist to it, and try to come up with what we think is the ultimate design. Doesn't mean it's better than anyone else's, but it's sort of a balance between scale and performance. And if you're building a truck that's 100% for scale, our sliders, they're scale, but they're not 100% scale. Yeah. Ours are more focused towards performance, but still giving you a scale look. So that's the best way I can
That's a great question, because I've been seeing all these sliders and everything else, and what's the difference between something like the plastic ones that I currently have on the RTR versus putting on the metal ones or the steel ones that you guys have? What's the biggest difference as far as performance?
Well, on the sliders, the plastic ones, they just hang up easier. Most of them have ridges on the bottom side of them, where ours are made of steel. So they're, tarred steel, they're powder coated. But the steel slides over rocks a lot easier. There's no grooves whatsoever or any holes in our sliders. So there's nothing on the bottom to get hung up. So you have a lot better chance of, being able to pass over and around rocks.
Huh. So as designers and manufacturers of these items, what's the whole idea behind this? Is it to get recognized by somebody like, Traxxas or a big company like that?
Well, I think for us, we really, really like the element. and we really, really like the SCX10 too. And so our products are mostly focused towards those two trucks right now. Doesn't mean we want to expand in the future. Traxxas makes a great truck, but right now we just don't make any parts for it. I don't even have one here in the shop to be able to fabricate parts for. So, later on down the road, we might have to pick one up and see what we can do with it.
Right.
Hey, just don't get the orange Blazer because the paint chips off. Not hating on Traxxas or anything, but man, that paint.
Yeah,
we saw that.
Up, man. Did you have another question, Mikey?
No, that was my question about the sliders and the metal and what the performance is. Because on my SCX10, I have the plastic ones, and if I upgrade those to something a little more smooth, it'll probably perform a lot better.
Right. What you got there in your hands, Connor?
We got one of the sliders right here.
See, I love that design though, man. That design is awesome. Having it pops,
Yeah.
And somebody's bought it. Even if you guys are all crawling and they don't know who you guys are, you can recognize your product right away off the hand.
Yeah, for dope, man. What else did you got? What do you have there?
I was going to say, so we make the sliders for, there's two standard size bodies. Most people probably already know this in rock crawling. So you got 7-inch wide bodies and you've got 8-inch wide bodies. So we make a different slider for those two width bodies. But one of the unique things to our design also is that on the slider, you've got not only a smooth face here to be able to pivot around rocks without getting hung up, but also on the descent and the approach of the slider, we've got a little bit of an angle on it. So, the edge of the slider is not going to get pinned up against a rock as you're trying to pass over.
Oh, that's freaking awesome.
Yeah. So we added that to it just to give it just a little bit, less chance of getting hung up. So, yeah.
Right. So most of the other ones that are pretty straight, right? There's some straight sliders, and this one kind of has that little curve like you just showed us that'll just make it just really like literally slide over the rock.
Right. Yeah.
Okay. What else do you got there, man? Because we're super excited about some of those stuff that you have coming up for next year. And I know a lot of RC guys are wondering, hey, what's coming up, man? What else is Steve and Connor coming up? And
we got the RC stand right here. So it's got the Rock Pirates RC logo laser cut into the front of it. And it's sloped back a little bit. And then we got foam on the top to grip the bottom of your chassis and hold it in place while you're working on it. So you can see the foam right there. And then we turn the bottom of it. There's a lip right here. So we turn this into a parts tray. So after you get done working on your truck, you can have all your parts down in this bin. And then if you're pressed for storage in your place like we are, we put some holes on the back of it too. So when you're done with it, you can just put it up on the wall and mount it up on the wall, and you have all your parts.
That is awesome. Man. Okay. Now, is it magnetized down at the bottom or not?
No, it's not magnetized. I'm sure if you want to, you could just put a magnetic strip in there. That's actually a really good idea that we haven't thought about. But
patent pending.
There you go.
Here's a let me draw up a contract real quick, man.
There you go.
I got it up.
Hunter talked about. Let's see if I can get this. Yeah, I got it. I don't know. Can you see this, guys?
Yeah,
we can see it.
Love the lighting on it.
Look at that.
The lighting is awesome.
Yeah, so it's not only a stand, but it's a shelf. So when you're done working on your truck, you just hang it on the wall and put your truck on it.
That is awesome.
Dope, man. Now, is that your favorite vehicle or your favorite rig, Steve?
Actually, Davy Jones. This is my favorite rig right here. This is Davy Jones.
I saw it. You had it last week for the competition. I saw your video. That thing was amazing the way it performed, man. I have to give you props, man. It just performed. I love the way it performed and everything else. And I know we talked about it a little bit on Saturday too, about the tray that you have, the tray and the servo. And you were showing my brother that if he really wants to be competitive, he needs to put a winch in his truck. Otherwise, he's not going to get up on top of some of these rocks.
Yeah, the winch, I added the winch to it to be able to go, do some of the local comps with crazy crawlers and with Visio comps.
Mm-hmm.
And so that's what this truck, here, so I could move some stuff here for you guys. And I'm having a hard time seeing if I got the camera in the right place. Okay, so the latest thing we're coming out with, it's not out yet, but we're working on it, is Yeah, so we got this new servo tray we just came out with for the SCX-10-2.
Wow.
That allows you to put the winch right up front. So let's see. So as you can tell, it puts the spool right at the front of the truck. So there's no place for your cable to get hung up.
Dude, that is awesome. And I noticed that you had used it too. And man, that is so ingenious too, because I was looking at my SCX-10 and I was like, man, it needs, if you want to put a winch, where do you put it? And that's solves the issue, that plate alone solves the issue.
Yeah, because some of the guys they'll mount it back, mount the servo winch back here, and then they'll use a like a piece of
spool,
brake tubing or something to try to get the cable to this point without it getting bound up or caught on anything. So this keeps the servo, of course, low profile to the front for weight distribution, which maximizes performance for the truck.
When is that tray going to be available, Steve, Connor?
That's probably going to be about available. We're aiming for anywhere from beginning of February to maybe around middle-ish, end of February, just sometime in February.
Okay, and it'll be available through your platforms that...
Yeah, so it'll be available.
RockPartsRC.com.
Yeah, RockPartsRC.com. And then here's the new battery tray, too, that we designed that goes with it, so you can still, mount your battery. It keeps it low, low on the vehicle. So basically... here's the top of the shock towers, and we just put everything,
as low as
everything
possible.
on the truck is low profile now. Everything's very low. Keeps your center of gravity low, so rollovers are, minimized.
Yeah, absolutely.
Wow, it looks amazing, man. So what's in the future for you guys? What directions do you guys both want to head with Rock Pirate RC?
We're just, I would say we're just want to keep making more products, grow a little bit more, and just keep making stuff for people, and just make as many products as we can, and just get bigger and bigger, and just keep having fun out on the rocks and stuff.
Right. Do you think the pandemic slowed your business down a little bit, or do you think it helped it increase because everybody's looking to getting new, product and stuff like that?
No, I think that this year, if anything, for RCs this year, I think this is probably one of the best years for business for RC in general. With just so many people cooped up inside, there's so many people that have just been getting into not only RC rock crawling this year, it's just everything, basher, trucks, and planes and everything. So this year's been a really good year for RC.
Nice. Well, that brings us to the next thing. What do you guys think? RTR or kits? What's better, you guys?
Don't answer yet.
I'll let him start with this one.
We'll come back to you now. We're going to listen to the song here on Dos Hermanos RC Radio Show. So don't go away. We are here with special guests, Rock Pirates RC. We got Connor and we got Steve. So don't go away, guys, because we'll be right back.
Broadcasting live from Los Angeles, California. This is Dos Hermanos RC Radio Show.
Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome back to Dos Hermanos RC Radio Show, our second show, and we're super excited because we already have professionals on our show. We got Connor and we got Steve, of course, from Rock Pirate RC, and they're local. They're from LA County or California. And of course, please follow them on Instagram at Rock Pirate RC and check out their rock sliders, their stands, and pretty soon, maybe late January, February, they're going to have their servo tray. And of course, they're going to have other products available for you guys. So, Mikey, you had a question for them.
I had a question. All right, guys. It's a son and father duel here. What is better, RTR or a kit? That's my question to you guys.
All right, Mike, I don't know, but we're going to have to draw straws here.
Oh, man.
I'll go first. I say that building your own kit's the best because I'm on my second one. My first one was a TRX kit, and then my second one was an Element Enduro kit, and I had fun. The Traxxas, I learned, obviously, if you put the wrong screw on one of them, you screw up the whole puzzle. So I learned to be more careful on my second build, And honestly, the Element Enduro, oh my goodness, it's a monster. And Steve, you were there. You saw it, man. You saw it crawling with you. And you were surprised because I saw in your eyes like, man, I don't know this guy, but his little truck is pretty good, man. Right?
Oh yeah, man. You know, I always try to pick the hardest lines I can find, and bracket, we go there quite a bit, so we know pretty much where the really tough ones are. And yeah, you were attacking those pretty good, so that was pretty awesome.
Yeah, I'm super happy about my build, man. And I tell my brother, bro, I know you like your little honcho, your little RTR, but no, man, knowing that you were able to just screw that one little screw in and seeing your beast go up a rock is just a different feeling, man.
Right. Yeah. We didn't really answer that question. I'm going to give my unpopular opinion. So I've had a couple RTRs. I've had an SCX-10 2 RTR, an Element RTR, and a Capra RTR. And then I built a Vanquish VS410 a couple months back. And it was the Vanquish VS410. It was a really fun truck to build. It wasn't hard. It's an easy truck to build, and it's a really cool truck to build, especially with the scaled transmission, the Vanquish VFD transmission that's in it. It's a lot of fun to build, but I like RTRs. I like building my own trucks, but I like RTRs better just because.
Yeah.
Hear me out. Hear me out on this.
Oh, no.
I like the RTRs better just because it's cool just to get the truck in stock form, and you can take it out with the stock wheels, stock tires, and it's more. I would say it's more affordable in the long run, because if you don't make a ton of money, you can just get an RTR. They're relatively cheap, and you can just upgrade it as you go and still be able to drive it as you go. And you can also see how your truck progressed.
I don't like that.
Yeah.
Didn't like your answer, Connor, man.
I told you it was unpopular.
And I love it. I love it. It's exactly what it is. It's you take something out of the box, and it's like, let me see what these engineers and R&D, all these years of, and because we met a guy from Axels at CDM, and he was testing out his new truck out there. And same thing, I just love the fact that you can take this truck and go, all right, how can I make this better? You know, a kid gives you already have an idea. All right, this is the way I want to put it. I'm going to put this engine in there and, go on. But with an RTR, you're like, this is what I want to do. What if I just change this one option? Can I beat this guy who has all this?
Mike,
come on, bro. The honcho. The honcho was all up on you this week.
The honcho, which I think is underrated, not in a sense that no one really pays attention to it, but it's an amazing vehicle, bro. The honcho is a beast out of the box, yes, but it's not the same thing. I mean, come on. You could get a driver that hasn't had too much experience and do what you're doing that have experience. So it's a lot better to have something that you actually build, bro. And yeah, like you said, you see your vision climbing up that wall. You know what, Steve? We finally found that well, I don't know if it's unmentioned or no one really likes to say where it's at. The bridges out in Fontana, and I don't know if you guys been there. The three little bridges.
Yeah, I've seen them. I don't think he's seen them, but I've been to them.
Okay, well, those are amazing boulders with some really tricky off balance. I don't know the proper terms, but if you're not careful driving, your rig is going to have a nice 20 foot fall, man, and you could just say bye bye to your rig. And and when I saw mine climbing with no hesitation, I was like, thank you, bro.
But there was a lot of driver hesitation in there. You could see he was nervous, man. The truck was shaking.
It's my build, man. I mean, I didn't want, like he says, you waste a lot more money, and I didn't want to see all that come to a crashing end. So, but at the end, I think the out of the box or a kit that you get to assemble on your own is the best thing to do.
Yeah.
Well, if anybody else disagrees, leave your comments below, and we'll try to get back to you guys about it on the next session here. But yeah, RTR versus kits. The other thing is this: portals or straight axles?
Straight axles.
Right. My brother just found out, not to put him out there, he just found out the difference between the TRX has portals and his has a straight edge. He's like, what do you mean? I go, yeah, the TRX it's lifted a bit. The center of gravity is lifted. And he goes, what? He actually had to run back to his RCs and take a look at it because he didn't see the difference. But absolutely, I think because the TRX, the center of gravity is so high, you got to put all that extra weight on there versus the Honcho or the SEX and the Enduro. I like the straight axles personally.
It honestly just comes down to personal preference. I don't know if one is better than the other. To me, I like the straight axles better just because your center of gravity is lower. But at the same time, you can build a portal axle truck to probably crawl just as steep as inclines as straight axle trucks. It just takes a lot of suspension tuning and stuff. You either got to tune your shocks really well and get your ride height lower on your truck, which in the long run it reduces suspension travel, or just put 80 millimeter shocks instead of 90 millimeter shocks. It really just depends on what you're setting your truck up for and what type of terrain you're going to be running. But I mean, for us,
because I know a few guys who are running TRXs out there and they love their rigs and they're doing awesome climbs.
Yeah, but it's nothing like a kit that you build on your own, bro.
He's still upset because mine could outperform his all day.
So Connor, you mentioned earlier that you guys are from a rock crawling family. You guys go out, and scale rocks for reals. How close? And I'm glad you mentioned it. How close to what we do with the RCs is real? Is it far? Because I don't know if I'm ever going to own a 4x4, a real 4x4. So is it close to it, or is it like fantasy, man?
So it's actually really similar to it. Actually, one of my buddies, he has a 7-year-old boy, and the dad, he's super into real rock crawling. He does like King of Hammers and stuff. Oh, wow. And that's how he's teaching his son right now. Because even with RC rock crawlers, you can teach kids or adults, whoever, good line choice. It's all about what line you take up rocks, and that's going to determine how easy it is, or if you can even make it up an obstacle. So that's how he's teaching his son. So in that aspect, it's really cool. And also in the scale aspect of it's really cool because, like, say, for instance, Axial, they got the AR-44 axles, and all they are is Dana 44, real Dana 44 replica axles. It's just a replica of those. They're pretty close to what Dana 44s are in real life, and the frame rails and everything. Like RC crawling has come in the past couple of years. Right. It's just gone to such a realistic points now where, like I said, Vanquish, they make the VFD transmission. It looks like a real transmission. It has a bell housing on it. I believe it was modeled after a T56 transmission out of the Corvettes and stuff. So scale-wise, it's super similar to real crawling. It's not you're not crawling as insane stuff in regular crawling as you are in rock crawlers where you can fall off a 1,000-foot cliff and die. But like, as far as the scale aspects go, and like being able to actually take something and apply it to real rock crawling, it's definitely very similar.
Give me a second. What I was telling my son, because my son's, he's 13, I'm teaching him how to drive right now. And I'm teaching him about the sensitivity of the trigger, being patient as you're trying to go over these rocks and not be so impatient. You got to take your time, because if you're impatient, your truck is just going to go fly all over the place. And he doesn't know patience until he started really rock crawling. And he built his own kit as well recently.
Before him.
Yeah. He built this one.
The kid, and he's happy with it, man. He
built this bad boy all by himself. I helped him along the way, and he's just learning the patience of it. And it's difficult. And it's like you said, your friend's teaching his boy about how to take the lines and everything else, and I go, all that translate into real life, because if you start finding, if you can't take one angle, you find the next angle. What is the angle that I want to take this into? And I tell him that's just like life, man. So I kind of always try to talk to my son about, hey, look, this is, even though this is toys and this is out here, you could break your rig. It's not cheap to fix this. It's, $50-$60 depending on how you break it. But in real life, you make the wrong choice, it could be disastrous. And that's what I'm trying to teach my son with this, so that he develops a better choices throughout his life. So it works.
Yeah, the rock crawling, the thing I love about it the most, it really grips me and keeps me in this, is it's very technical driving. So, when you're approaching a trail, you really got to be aware of where your front tires are going to end up, where your rear tires are going to end up, because that truck's going to, it's going to get into a really mean, nasty spot if you don't know where your rear tires are going to be when you're approaching a difficult, ditch or a V in the rocks or a hole in the rocks. And, and you always got to be with rock crawling, especially if you're into the comps. And I'm learning this as I'm just getting into the comps myself, is you got to be aware of not only, you got to be looking at least 5 feet ahead. So as you're approaching your obstacle, you got to have the truck set up in the right place to make that obstacle before you even enter that obstacle. And then as you're exiting the obstacle, you want to make sure your truck, if you can, is already starting to point in the direction you want to go. Because it can really make the difference, if you're going to be able to make it through that course or not.
Nice.
Yeah. And so it's all, at the end of the day, I think it's all patience. It's just, I know we get frustrated and it's like, damn it, you just want to give up sometimes and want to kick your RC, but you're like, okay, I got this. Next time around, it's just slowly but surely you'll get through it, And sometimes it's just, at the end of the day, it's just unrealistic at the end of the day. Unless you have a winch.
Yeah, right. Yeah, Connor and I, we have literally spent hours at Dead Man's Ledge at Brackett, getting that one down when we first found that line and wanted to conquer it.
Which one's that one? Which one's that one?
Dead Man's Ledge is when you're at Brackett, you go up, go through the swing gate, go down the paved road, and the island on the right.
Oh, okay, the one but next to the airstrip.
Yes, right next to the airstrip, and it's that straight vertical drop that you see when you first see the rock.
Okay.
There's a ledge there, and there is a line to make it over that ledge.
That's the one you start on the left, right? You start on the left, and you just follow along the line, and then you have to hook the tire on this little ledge, and you got to swing it around, right?
Yes, that's the one.
Yeah, I've tried it with my TRX. Took a tumble.
It's not an easy one.
No.
What's the secret there? The foams you have on your tires? Because I have dual stage tires on it, and as I was trying to make that turn that you guys are mentioning, you could see the tire kind of starting to shrivel or take too much of the weight on it. So it has to do a lot with the foams you're running. No?
You want to take that one?
So I don't believe in dual stage foams. He runs them. I do. He runs them all in his trucks.
Yeah, that's a whole different.
We've got
these are just like my tires have like nothing to them. Like they're just
basic.
Yeah. So I don't. He uses the dual stage Proline foams. I think it's too hard. After they break in after a while, they're not too bad, but I like the single stage foams where it's just super soft. Your turning won't be as good, but it just grips the rock like crazy.
Connor, so that vehicle, that rig of yours, can make that line?
Oh yeah.
No. Shit.
Yeah. So when I go up there, when I go up on that ledge, I literally just like hook the knuckle of the knuckle where it meets the axle on the front wheel. I literally just ride the axle along the top of that ridge and just rotate the back end of the rig around and come up over the top.
But you got to turn left at a certain point. If you wait too late, you're done.
You're done. Yeah, I've had a couple of tumbles from there, and it's a hard line. I definitely do need to retune the suspension on the TRX, but I almost guarantee the Honcho would do it. Absolutely.
Yeah, RTR.
A stock truck won't make it though. Your truck has to be pretty well set up.
I think the suspension on the TRX, it doesn't need much. It has all the weights and everything else. It has the suspension, but I'm missing something in order to make that turn. I got all the weight up front. I also have the Hobby Wing motor in there. It's just I want to get it with this one. That's my main goal. But I do have the single stage on the back. And then up front, it's just a regular foam. But I'm telling my brother, I'm gonna get it up there. That line, man. That line, I haven't made it yet.
Hey, Mike. All that truck needs is a Rock Product sticker. It'd go right up there.
I hear you, man. You know what? That might be my next purchase, man. I was on your website the other day. I was like,
Well,
It's Christmas.
you already committed, Mikey. You told him earlier that you're gonna get those rock sliders. So
It was for the honcho. It's for the Black Pearl.
Okay, oh, that's right. You're right. My bad. All right,
It's for the Black Pearl.
Time is up. We gotta go, but I just got some messages saying here. A lot of times, people want to know how do you become team drivers? Do you guys accept applications, or what do you got to do to be a team driver for Rock Pirate RC?
You know what? On that, we're a small hobby business. We only do this part-time. We do this for fun. This is really our passion. We do it because we enjoy it. We have regular jobs. And so we don't have a big bank account like maybe some of the other big guys out there do.
Right.
So, mostly it is we run into people and they're committed to the hobby and we just get to know them and we click and, and we know they're in this for the long haul. And really, that's how we end up getting to know guys and sort of, try to help out some guys where we can. We just picked up one, I think Derek's probably about 9.
Yeah, 8 or 9, yeah.
8 or 9 years old. So we just picked up a team driver. He's 8 or 9 years old, and he's a great kid, and we liked him. And we're like, hey, you want to be sponsored by Rock Pirates? And yeah, he was stoked.
That's cool.
You know what? You know who surprised me?
Oh, he's gone.
There he is.
I think it's Mimi's time. Hey, Mikey, you froze, bro. So not sure what he was going to say. We'll give him a second or two if he comes back. And if not, then at least it's a good profile picture.
There you go.
I guess he's not coming back, guys. But I just wanted to thank you guys once again for being on our show. Mike, real quick, you froze.
Am I back?
Yeah.
All right.
Quick.
No. I wonder if you guys ever seen him. He's only 4 or 5, and he's out there crawling with his dad, man. That little kid's amazing, man. And start him young, I guess. That's what I'm trying to say, man. Just start him young.
Yeah. Great father-son hobby, especially all ages, really.
Yeah, just gotta have that patience though. At the end of the day, man, because otherwise,
Patience is the word of the night.
Yes.
All right, Connor, Steve, thank you so much for being here with us on Dos Hermanos RC Radio Show. We really appreciate you guys talking to us a little bit about what you guys are all about. And honestly, really, it means a lot to my brother and myself that you're here. And by all means, count on us if you guys need some promo and stuff like that. We'll definitely help you guys out. Guys, hit them up, Rock Pirates RC. They have rock sliders, they have stands, and pretty soon they'll have their servo tray and other stuff coming up for 2021, right?
Yep, that's right. We got T-shirts too. So yeah, rockpartsrc.com. And before we go though, guys, thanks so much. We had an awesome time crawling with you guys last weekend. Yeah, and this whole, this is unrehearsed, and this has really been a lot of fun.
Right, it's natural, man, and that's basically what we want to do. We want to do real radio live, on a Wednesday night. I know some people told me last week, dude, you're doing it too late. I'm over here in Florida, or I'm here in New York, or I'm 3 hours, ahead of you guys. But it is what it is, and I'm just happy for the people that are supporting right now. I want to say a quick shout out to Julio, who's listening. He's out there in Riverside, right? I believe, Julio?
I think so, yeah, yes.
Okay, cool. All right, guys, thank you so much. Don't go away. We're going to come back with some more music, and this is Dos Hermanos RC. Don't forget to follow us on Instagram.
Broadcasting live from Los Angeles, California, this is Dos Hermanos RC Radio Show.